Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And yes, I am not dead. I know I posted a Star Wars video a few days ago, but hey, we got a podcast video, and whenever this is going to be out. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoy this one, and it is again with Recon Trooper.
Hey there, folks, Recon Trooper here, and I'm not dead either because today is not Halloween yet, so I'll die on Halloween when I get killed by zombies.
Yeah, right.
Or something.
Hint, hint. Yeah, or something.
But
you guys know the drill by now, right? You know what to do. You leave a like, subscribe if you're new, all that fun stuff.
And enjoy our
whatever
gameplay.
Yes. And what are you filming?
I'm filming, well, I've already filmed it, Dying Light gameplay. Some fresh gameplay, not just recycled.
New stuff, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to attempt to play some Star Wars Outlaws, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, great. The lightsaber-less Star Wars game.
Yes, yes. You know it.
That's the only that's the biggest con I have about that game is just there's no lightsaber, period. Can't even just use one to like slice open a bank vault or something in the game.
I wish. Oh, maybe if this game didn't flop, they would do it in the sequel, I'm assuming.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, so
let's get into it.
Yeah.
Now there's a few topics we want to get to. I know we probably want to talk about Avatar, Lego Batman, all that fun stuff. But
yeah.
what are your
well,
what are your thingies?
Let's start. Oh, and just a heads up, people. Franchise and I will be butting heads on at least one topic this podcast, so expect some black eyes, so to speak, when we're done.
Oh, jeez.
But anyway, yeah, first thing I wanted to talk about, just to get it out of the way and get the violence over with, the Star Wars stuff. So, as we know, you've sort of defended Disney yet again. I mean, not 100%, but still more than 50%, I would say.
Maybe like 65, yeah.
So, the question, well, not really a question, but I know you've made a video, but I'm just going to say it just for the podcast. What are your thoughts on it? And then we can argue.
Yeah, then the violence. I think, obviously as a sequel fan, at first I was like, oh, cool, right? Ben Solo movie, let's go. And it kind of shocks me, right, that like Lucasfilm, they had a director, they had Adam Driver, acting and producing, and they had all this stuff ready to go.
For 2 years.
It was basically like, right. It was like, it was in the talks, it got the green light and everything. And then Disney, I think Bob Iger, one of the Bobs, they were like, oh, yeah, I don't... Right, yeah. They're like, I don't really know how this will work, right? Like, I don't get it. And then it's just pandemonium.
Let's start with that. I think that they had, like, the script or whatever in hand when they went to him. And then before showing him the full thing or something, they quickly just wanted to pitch it to him verbally and say, so we have a new idea for a Star Wars movie taking place after Rise of Skywalker, featuring Ben Solo. And then he cut them off and said, I don't know how Ben Solo could be alive after that one. And therefore he probably didn't even read the script because, let's be honest. If they took 2 years, surely they had some good way of featuring him in the movie. Like...
Right.
It wouldn't necessarily have broken continuity. Based on what I've read Driver say, I read in the articles from what Driver was saying, he just felt like there was unfinished business, quote, in quotes. And,
okay, interesting.
And, sounded like he really wanted not so much just to play the character again, but really wanted to add more to what we saw, because we really only got Ben for, the last 5 minutes of the last battle.
Right.
So I'm sure he wanted to maybe expand more on what he's like as Ben instead of Tantrum Kylo. And so, but you know, he knew already that Ben had died, so I'm sure, you know, if he was passionate enough and took 2 years with these other people to develop something that even Lucasfilm was all for, I'm sure it wouldn't. He, you know, had some good way of bringing him back, not necessarily back from the dead like Palpatine, but you know, some way, you know, like, we don't know. They didn't release any details on the script, just that this thing got canned by Disney, and Lucasfilm were even on board with it. So,
right.
you know, and
I think that
I'm actually kind of wanting the thing now. You know, I'm like, Disney shot themselves in the foot this time because Lucasfilm was even wanting this thing or up for it,
which is
and
yeah.
Disney, you know. You say that Disney doesn't make Star Wars and stuff. They just own it, and this is showing just how much they own it. They own it to the point where they think, you know, where they don't think, I should say.
They own it to the point where they don't want to think about it. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. You know, I mean, like I think as far as, you know, for me personally, you know, obviously I would have wanted it, but I think for a few reasons I don't know how it could work, which, like you say, I mean, you bring up a good point, right? Obviously they found a way to make it work.
Yeah,
either by retconning something or...
They didn't release any details on the script or anything, so we don't know how it would have. So all we can do right now is speculate. Just like with Palpatine, you know, before all the cloning stuff. I mean, after Last Jedi, when they announced Palpatine was coming back, what were your thoughts? Did you think he just somehow didn't die in the Death Star? Or did you already think he was a clone or something?
I mean, I never truly knew how they were going to do that, but
so,
I think...
You know, it's the same thing here. We don't know, and unless the fans that actually want this thing to happen now, like if you look all over the internet, somebody even flew a biplane over Disney saying, you know, save the hunt for Ben Solo banner on it or something. You know, like,
hey, I mean, people that want sequel content, that's that's good. I mean, I'm all for that.
You know, and I mean, I think it would be interesting just to see Ben Solo at least one more time, and for at least 90% of the movie for a change.
Yeah.
We see a we see a snippet in Last Jedi, and then we see 5 minutes in Rise of Skywalker. So,
right.
And he doesn't really talk during that time either.
Yeah, he says "ouch," and then that's about it.
You know.
He says "ouch." Now, thankfully, we do have a lot of comic books and novels that showcase Ben Solo, like the Legacy of Vader comic run that's out now, which is really awesome, by the way. If you guys, you know, haven't read it, and if you're into Star Wars like media, that's not just the films and games, like, or shows or whatever, Legacy of Vader is like top tier comic. Like, it's really good. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like film, I think that's why I was a little apprehensive, because it's like, I want this movie, but I also don't like it in current canon. It won't work, and that's why I was like, yeah, I'm glad they're not making it. But at the same time, like, right, and that's, you know, obviously they can retcon things, so they could change things, but for me, it's like, yeah, like, you know, Palpatine dying, Maul dying, Boba Fett quote unquote dying, right? Like, all that makes sense within the continuity. When you become a Force ghost, or become one with the Force, you can't become flesh.
Yeah.
That's just not how it works.
Technically, Anakin died until he got brought back, so to speak.
Right, yeah.
Vader killed Anakin, and then Anakin finally killed Vader right back, so...
Yeah. Good point. But yeah, unless they can come up with some way to, like, you know, oh, maybe it's just like, oh, well, Rey's a dyad, so, you know, he's able to, I don't know, kind of like convene with her and become flesh again.
I haven't seen the show, but I know there is an episode where Anakin shows up to Ahsoka in the live action. And they kind of have a lightsaber duel in, I don't know what it is. It's like Vision World or something.
Right. Yeah.
So if they did
if you haven't seen
something similar to that with Ben, just kind of in this vision world, like he's not fully one with the Force. Like, yeah, his body faded, but he's not quite at the stage that Luke and Anakin and all of them are right now. And so he's basically maybe within this realm, so to speak, before he gets there.
Well, yeah, that's
maybe
that's the funny part.
All those people, like especially the ones related to him, he has to somehow confront or something, and finally, towards the climax, is like his Kylo Ren, a vision of himself as Kylo Ren, and then he finally has to cut his own head off or something to finally redeem himself fully. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, but I think with that Ahsoka show, if you guys haven't seen it, I mean, what are you doing? But also
if they don't have
the
Disney
thing you're
Plus,
referring to,
so.
yeah, or just buy the DVD. It's like $20. It's called The World Between Worlds, and people think it's time travel. It's not, but it's in the Star Wars show Rebels and Ahsoka, and it is kind of like a vision. You're right, and Ahsoka's able to.
Well, I don't know for
fight.
sure. I just know about it. I didn't look into what it was called exactly.
Okay.
Just know about it.
Well, you guessed right, pretty much. But yeah, the World Between Worlds is like a little. It exists outside of time and space, and it's kind of weirdly defined in the animated show. But in the Ahsoka show, you actually see her fighting Anakin in the flesh. Obviously, it's not real, it's a vision. But yeah, I could see something like that happening. Maybe like Ben's he's trapped in there or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, and we'll never know unless, again, the fans that actually want it finally win, and the CEO guy, bends his knee to them. But
I find that
to put real pressure on him, I guess, just to get him to retract his rejection.
Well, hey, if the Sonic community can belittle someone so much they change a whole design, they can do it with a movie, I think. Like, it happened once,
Yeah. Well, Star Wars is different because we still do have the haters that don't want this, so...
Yeah.
Sonic,
although it is interesting
Sonic
to me...
fans, at first, I think, just would have liked to have seen it, but they didn't like the design. And so once they changed the design, they all went for it. Then once they discovered all the human stuff, then they started turning on,
Yeah.
But
I mean, I just find it baffling that, people want this. Like, it's like sometimes I feel like I'm the only person in the world that likes the sequels.
There's that one YouTuber, SWT, that you call extremely hard right. And apparently he even wants it.
Oh, the theory guy, right?
I guess so.
Okay,
but
yeah.
Don't go on to... There is one YouTuber guy, Thor something, and his thing is full of negativity. I mean, I don't watch his videos. I just see the comment sections, and it's all just sequel bashing, so...
Yeah.
Like, there's literally no positive comments in the section of any of those videos. At least
that's why I found it...
At least in Theory's comments, there's some people that are calling him kind of like cuckoo and stuff, but...
Yeah. Cuckoo he is. But yeah, I think I just was, mind blown, because I'm like, the people that do like the sequels are always... me included, we're always overshadowed by the hate and if you like these movies, you should kill yourself and all these horrible, horrible things. And I just find it really interesting that the people that want this movie are somewhat being heard. It's not like one guy being like, "Oh, we should get this movie." No, there's a lot of people that want this, and you never know, it could happen.
Yeah, and like I said, it's actually something that I've kind of developed a slight interest in. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Ben Solo for a change instead of just playing as him in Lego Star Wars and just destroying things with them, because no enemies, as I always say every time I bring up that game. I mean, there's a few droids in some of the planets, but it's nothing. I want real enemies to fight in the open worlds. Even if it's clone troopers, I don't care if they're... But the only clone troopers you get are the ones that run away when you slash them or or something.
Yeah. You'll even fight Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, you don't care.
Yeah. So,
for God's sake, give me something.
That's another thing. Some people are even taking back all the hate they've spewed at her because this is the Disney CEO that did this time.
Yeah. Isn't that funny how that works?
So, but
I think that's hilarious. Like people hate on something for so long, and then when something doesn't go their way, they shift turn, which is interesting. But yeah, I mean, obviously the reason why I was against it is just like I said, in the current lore, it makes zero sense. So that's why they
Palpatine
because
made
Disney
zero sense when Force Awakens came out. And even Last Jedi, because people were thinking Kylo was going to be the big bad in the third one until they finally revealed Palpatine is going to be making a comeback. So,
right.
It doesn't have to be, when you say it's different with Palpatine, it maybe the way it's done is different, but the fact that it is happened wouldn't be different. Like Palpatine.
Yeah, like it's still someone coming. Yeah.
But
I mean, hey, we're getting Ahsoka season 2. We're getting a Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Yeah.
We're getting the Rey movie. There's so much coming out, and the new books. We just got a book release called The Last Order.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of content coming out. But I think that if they could make this movie work, I'm all for it. I'll take anything Star Wars. I don't care what it is, as long as it's not trash. But we'll see.
I don't know. You like to defend Disney a lot. If Disney makes a Madam Web level Star Wars, you'll still defend them.
I don't know. I have to see, because I don't think Disney's made anything horrible with Star Wars yet. So I think the last bad thing we got was Attack of the Clones.
That was
Disney.
That was
yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But
Disney has the quality
movie,
Star Wars.
So you start spewing bully tactics on Attack of the Clones, and I'm gonna not.
Yeah.
We'll
have to see. Although, hey,
calling you names too,
Yeah, that's fine. I'm used to it.
Okay. Hater. You big
Yeah.
hater.
No. Oh no,
Actually,
I'm gonna go cry.
You know that reference you always say if you hate a band but you only like one song?
Yeah.
What if it's the other way? You like the band but you only hate one of their songs?
Yeah, right.
So what's your logic behind that? You're still not a fan.
I think that's fair.
Still not a fan if you hate one song.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I mean,
like,
I don't know if I go there's a what is it? What band? I think it's Bad Omens, maybe, or maybe Architects. I don't know. They have one bad song I don't like, but I don't take that song I don't like and tweet 24/7 about it and make rage bait videos about it. Like how that one song ruined my childhood. Like some of these people, they take it.
Well, it
when
ruined
people
their
take
childhood
something
because they were only born after it when they were born before it happened, like right before, because they didn't have a childhood yet. If it ruined theirs already,
Yeah.
Otherwise, if Last Jedi ruined your childhood, it would have been released back when Episode 1 was actually released.
Right, 99.
So,
Yeah.
So people who say it ruined their childhood, I guess they're not only, maybe they're age confused with themselves too.
I just think they're confused in general.
So, but
all right.
yeah.
Now you're getting the same thing with Tron Ares. People are either like, "Oh, the movie's actually great," or they're like, "Jared Leto must die." So it's like I don't know what.
Well, I don't know what it is about Jared Leto that people hate so much. I didn't mind him in Morbius. I mean, sure, the movie itself could have been better, but I think his performance as Michael Morbius was fine, from what I remember.
Yeah, right. I think for me, from what I've heard, it's
I'd
just...
love to see him and Tom Holland's Spider-Man hit it off.
Mm.
That would be a kind of cool fight.
Yeah, they'd morb everywhere. Tell you what, I just think it's... Yeah, oh god, yeah. I think it's what's his face? Yeah, I think Jared's just weird. Like all the shit you hear of like, oh, he's eating bugs, or oh, he's sending panties to the crew. It's just like weird stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I think people just don't like that he takes his roles really far and like acts weird.
Well,
but people
it wasn't
can't
him. It
forget.
wasn't him dancing on the floor shirtless in the movie, though. That was the other guy.
Right.
So, you know,
yeah. Yeah.
If they want to throw weird shade at him, why don't they throw it at that guy too?
I don't know. That whole movie's a meme. I swear to God. That and Madam Web. Jeez, did you actually watch Madam Web?
No.
Don't. All right. The only good thing about that was the popcorn.
Fine, I won't. Okay, just
good.
Chill already.
Yeah.
Count to 5. Count to 20 in Latin, and then we'll talk some more once you've chilled.
Oh. Yeah. Wish I knew it.
Anyway, next topic here. Let's see, what did I have in mind? I didn't write them down this time. I just thought of them. That's all. I guess Lego Batman 4. Unless you had a different topic that you had in mind.
I have one or two, but we can talk about Lego Batman for a minute. That's cool. I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, it's not making me desperate for a Xbox, and even if I did get an Xbox Series X, I wouldn't get it because, you know, the character thing is the deal breaker.
Yeah, for a lot of people it is. Yeah, I mean that's a point of contention.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded getting it. I mean, it's not why I would get an Xbox, the Lego Sonic, or even Lego Pirates that, you know, is open world or something. Would have been more my thing, but I still might have gotten it. But I certainly won't now if it's 7 characters, because you know who really cares if characters in Lego games play similar? Like if a stormtrooper and a clone trooper do pretty much the same thing in the complete saga. The idea is just that you can play as them. That's all that really matters.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like in the first Lego Star Wars game, actually Darth Vader moved exactly like Anakin. Like,
that's funny.
Move for move. He even did the double backflip that Anakin can do. But
I don't remember that. That's funny.
But, you know, you don't really care if he moves the same. You just care that you can play as him. So,
right.
The whole thing that they just recycle character movements and slap different skins on them. So what? I mean, do you care more? You know, like I would, you know, Bane in this new game looks like he'd be fun to play if you were allowed to play him.
Yeah, that's why I think the game itself looks epic, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously I'm buying it. Like, it looks incredible, but that whole, like, character thing is really weird. I mean, I don't know if it's an Unreal Engine 5 limitation or if they don't have the budget that they need. I don't really know. I mean,
change the formula because they hear too many people, even though it's probably only like 1/5 of everybody. You know, screaming the characters all do the same things. We just want unique characters, so they made 7 unique characters that you can play as, and the rest, even the Joker and Bane, you can't.
Now, I mean, there is a rumor that there are going to be villains you can play as, but it's not confirmed.
Talia al Ghul.
Yeah, okay. I mean, someone who played the game early said you can play as possibly Joker, Bane, and Penguin, but I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's just a deal breaker for me.
Yeah. Now, what does it make?
Lego games, period. I mean, that's what made Lego games so popular next to the puzzle solving. Just that you could play as a bunch of characters. You know?
Yeah. Does it change your mind at all that, like, like Batman is, one of the 7 or whatever, but Batman alone, they said, has like 45 skins.
No, it doesn't change.
So it's like,
because for one thing,
okay.
they said that one of them is going to be exclusive to like you having to sign up on a website or something. I forget which one what they called it, but they said one of them was that, and like I don't mind having additional skins, but if that's all it is and no characters, like if they made Spider-Man for Xbox, I might get it, because as long as the skins are easy to unlock, that's all I would do. But if it comes to a franchise like Lego that are known for their character rosters, skins and other characters, that's a different story.
Right.
Like Spider-Man,
yeah, it is kind of weird.
Spider-Man having 45 different costumes is different than Batman having 45 different costumes, plus only, all the other characters that maybe don't have that many skins, but at least you can play as them still.
Yeah. It's funny because, like one of the main selling points of these games is that you can play as 200 whatever characters. So, people being like, oh, well,
like
there's 7
Star
characters.
Wars has, Kylo Ren and Ben Solo, or Rey and Dark Rey, as she's called, so.
Right.
And then there's also, I think there's Darth Maul hooded, and then Darth Maul, or something.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it just, right now, I'm just saying Lego Batman doesn't hold up for me, so to speak. And I'm sure the gameplay and stuff would be just outstanding, but that's the one barrier that it would keep me from getting it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't blame you.
Because I like playing as other characters. When I play Lego Marvel, I play as not every character, just characters that have like special grab attacks and stuff, because some of them don't in that game. But
right.
Like Doc Ock Ultimate can't grab guys, but the regular one can. But I don't care, as long as I can play as Doc Ock instead of just being forced to play as either Iron Man, Cap, Hulk, and Thor all the time.
Right, yeah.
In a Lego Marvel game, where you have like 25 villains, including Doctor Doom and Thanos and Venom,
Yeah. It is funny because like when you're thinking of Spider-Man PS4 or PS5, whatever, right? Like it's like, yeah, like you only have one playable character with 45 skins, and people are like, oh, well, Lego Batman's got 7 and Batman alone has 40, so that's more than Spider-Man, right? Why are you mad? But it's like, yeah, like to your point, like Lego games are supposed to have 300, 250 characters, so it to me it feels like a technical limitation, because I don't believe for 1 second.
Because it's also just a matter of who you wanting to play as your favorite character.
Yeah.
Once you have them unlocked, like people adore Joker more than Batman out there, I'm sure, and not being able to play Joker would certainly be a thorn in their heel.
Yeah.
So.
No, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, I hope it's good for when you get it. I hope it's good in terms of everything else, and still feels like a Lego game and not just a Lego version of Arkham Asylum with the same level of difficulty and everything.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it looks like it, but yeah, it's funny because they're like, this is a celebration of all things Batman, but there's only 7 playable characters. Like, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you get the cool Batmobiles or whatever, but
But then, even and especially if there's no respawning enemies after a while.
Oh God, please! That's my issue with Arkham Asylum is that like there's no one to fight, and even Arkham Knight, like there's no one on the friggin' rooftops. Like it's like this massive Gotham, and there's like 4 people on the street. It's really weird.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, like this sounds really weird, but if Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight can actually like give me enemies that aren't just one guy on the street, I think it'll be better than Arkham Knight. Because we already know that Gotham's going to be bigger than Arkham Knight's Gotham. Like this is the
at least in Lego you still get to smash things, and that's usually your shtick, isn't it?
True.
So
yeah,
it's still better than Arkham Knight. I don't think you can smash stuff in there. You just run around in a dead city.
Yeah, and like it's funny, right? Because like Arkham Knight, for those of you that haven't played it, in the beginning of the game, there's a lore reason why the city is evacuated, but it genuinely feels like a tech thing. Like, oh yeah, I don't know, they just left because Scarecrow. But in Lego, and I know it's a Lego game, so I don't want it's a Lego game. Doesn't matter. Like it's still a AAA product. So like in Lego Batman, you have civilians walking around, but not in the Arkham game from 2015. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And again, I know they're little minifigs walking around, but still.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll be good anyway still, but just, it's not something I would personally get unless they, actually added more characters. And I mean more, not just 3 more.
Yeah, we added 8.
Okay.
I'll buy it.
You can play as 15 characters. Wow.
Yeah.
Make it 28 and we'll be good.
Yeah.
Or 30 even.
Yeah, I think the first Lego Batman had 30.
Yeah, it didn't have that many. And unlike Lego Batman 3 where you've got, like, obviously it's more than just Batman. You've got the Justice League and all their villains for the most part. So
right.
And then there's DLCs there's one DLC that has like 7 or 8 Batman variants to it, including like a big fig version of them.
Yeah.
So, it's like they're doubling down on Batman's, but not anybody else.
Yeah.
But
apparently there's a few Jim Gordon skins, but I have not really seen those yet, so.
Yeah, well, if there'll definitely be the Batman skin.
Oh yeah, that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. But anyway, any topics you want to talk about? We'll save Avatar for last because if you've seen the trailer.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to kind of see like what I watched Drag Me to Hell today at the time of recording, which I knew existed and I knew Sam Raimi did it, and I just found out recently it's actually canon to Evil Dead, which is great in my opinion. But I mean, I wanted to get your opinion on like what are your because I know you love zombie stuff. Like, what are your go-to horror movies or shows? Like, have you seen any?
Well,
what do you recommend people to watch?
I've seen Walking Dead up to a certain point. I haven't seen it all, but I've seen several episodes of it anyway. And I've also seen the first 5 Resident Evils, because I didn't see the final chapter or whatever it's called.
Okay.
And I've got a couple of movies called The Dead and The Dead 2.
Never heard of that. Who's in it?
I couldn't really say. I don't know what the actors' names are, but it's basically the Dead takes place in Africa, and then The Dead 2 takes place in India.
Jeez.
So
fun.
Yeah, and then recently I got a couple of Korean zombie movies called Train to Busan and Peninsula, which is kind of a sequel to it, but it's different characters in it.
I've heard of the train one.
Yeah.
I know that got a lot of awards apparently.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's got the running zombies, so I've always found the slow moving ones to be more scary because it's a matter of when they get you. That's the scary part, as opposed to running guys where you just run until you're out of breath and then they get you.
Yeah, right.
Because they don't run
There's a
out
bit
of
more.
breath.
There's a bit more suspense in the slower paced ones.
But it's a pretty decent one overall, I would say. I mean, there's of course some humans that you wish would die sooner, and then there's others that you kind of feel sorry for when they get killed too soon.
Right.
Kind of thing. And but yeah, and then Peninsula takes place about 4 years later from that one, and it follows kind of a soldier guy that failed to try to protect some family members of his, and he has to go back there to get a truck of money, and then through the whole thing, his eyes kind of get opened a bit about helping people as opposed to just getting money and stuff.
Oh, so there's like an actual like a character arc for this guy.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So, like one of the people he didn't help in the beginning. He ends up having to help later on because she kind of saves his life. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's what Drag Me to Hell was about. For like, I won't ruin it, but like that's.
Well, you can ruin it. I'm not gonna care.
I know, but the listeners might say, I don't know.
Well, we're almost at an hour here. We've only got 20 minutes, so I'm sure it won't matter.
True. I forget the lady's name, but she's the main character, and she like refuses to. There's like this old woman that comes to the bank, and the woman's like, really gross and weird because she's old.
You said
and she's
like,
oh,
to Evil Dead?
Yes. Yep. Same universe. Yeah.
Oh. But obviously years later.
I don't know when this takes place. I think it's in like 2009 maybe, so it's more modern.
Oh, so it's not a new release, it's just new for you to have seen.
Correct, yeah. It came out in 2009.
Well, then by all means, spoil it. If people haven't watched it since by now,
Yeah. Good point.
What's your problem?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, the old lady shows up and she's like, "Oh, give me an extension on my home or whatever," and the main character is like, "I can't do that. Sorry, my boss won't let me." Yeah. And the lady like curses her, and she's like, "I put a pox on you," and and then the lady, I think she curses like a button on the girl, and like that object is cursed, and she has 3 days to figure out what to do before she goes to hell. And the ending is just really crazy, but it's PG-13, so it's
what I remember you saying. I think you said this, that Evil Dead isn't like the dead part doesn't mean zombies. It's just like evil spirits coming back to life or something.
Yeah, so I mean it's kind of like zombies in effect that like humans get possessed, and well they're called deadites, and the deadites are either ghouls or ghosts or whatever, but normally it's just like a person who gets all jacked up looking. Yeah. And the whole thing with Evil Dead is that the deadites get awoken by the Book of the Dead, right, the Necronomicon. But in this movie, there's no book. It's just the old lady. And I think it's interesting, like, for me to think about. It's like, oh yeah, like I guess in this universe, it's not just the book, right? Like there's other means to evil spirits, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Well, it does sound kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever see it, because my horror is really just zombies, and there's maybe one or two sort of vampire movies that I don't mind fully, but that's kind of kind of limit to horror, really. I mean, I'm not into, Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street or any of those kinds of things. Although
yeah, I haven't even seen them.
Although I have been kind of curious as to what Freddy versus Jason is about, because I know there was a movie back in the 2000s that was called that, but
yeah, that one I did not see. I'm new to horror. Like I was never allowed to watch horror movies as a kid and young teen, so it's like real horror movies, not like Scooby Doo. But it's like now that I'm able to watch them, I'm like, oh, I got a lot of shit to watch. So I'm like, I might as well start with that. But Evil Dead and Scream are my go-to. But I mean, I still love.
I mean,
I saw the new.
The only other horror, so to speak, would be. Well, there's a show called Grimm that's got some horror elements to it, and then there's also, of course, the MonsterVerse that has giant monsters in it, and I mean, you gotta admit, some of them anyway certainly have a horror element at times,
yeah, I mean, even Jurassic Park.
The first Godzilla, when you see the Mutos. Well, the first Muto anyway, it's kind of, slowly revealing it before it breaks free and flies off,
Right. No, I agree. I mean...
And yeah, the Jurassic...
Even though, those movies, they're not actually horror, genre, but, like, there's horror elements, which, it could work.
Yeah, for sure.
Even Jurassic Park, Jurassic World has... Like, even Rebirth has some gore, and I was like, oh, dang, like, that's kind of unsettling.
Yeah, I mean, it's brief gore, and it's only one time, because it's a dead dinosaur, before the T-Rex that shows up that river raft scene happens, but, it's kind of, I don't know, personally, I think that Jurassic World Rebirth, I think you said that you find it just above Jurassic Park 3, but I find it kind of, if I had to, maybe slightly below it, just because Jurassic Park 3 just made a little more sense in terms of the story. It's people trying to get their kid back, and kidnapping somebody they think is familiar with this place to help guide them, as opposed to Rebirth, where it's all about getting dino DNA and people dying in the process just to get dino DNA. And even the bad guy, is not quite so obvious, and even when he is obvious at times, like when he lets that girl fall into the water, like he doesn't come off as like a, like those other ones in, like, what's his name? Miles? Or Mills?
Mills.
Fallen Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
He's not like him or Dodgson, like he's he is the villain, but he at times doesn't seem like a villain. He just seems like another character, and that's all. Like not necessarily super important, but just like you can't really wrap your head around it just because of the way the story goes. It's not so much he's being he's good at hiding it. It's just the way he's written is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
I could see that.
Yeah, like at least Jurassic Park 3, while it doesn't really have a human antagonist, the closest would probably be Billy, but that's brief, and it's kind of towards the middle when he slightly becomes that,
Yeah.
But, the story itself is just more straightforward, but...
Which is funny, because, like, Rebirth had the original writer from, like, the first film, and I don't know if he wrote the second, but I don't hate it, but I think it's better than what the internet said, but yeah, I walked out and I was like, I think, like, I don't know. I mean, we had Rebirth, Superman, and Fantastic Four, and, like, Superman is by far the best in my opinion, and Rebirth is the worst, but That's not to say I don't.
Superman is better than Fantastic Four too.
Yes.
Oh.
At least for me.
Well, it kind of would make sense too. I mean, not to go off on it because I don't want you saying I'm not going to spoil it 50 times.
Yeah,
but,
I'm not going to spoil it.
50 times.
I'm going to say it 49 more times. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Starting now. I'm not going to spoil it,
Yeah.
but yeah, we can talk about it. I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I thought this was a podcast, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, as I was saying, I don't think people were so mad that Silver Surfer was a female. It's just that he was a male first, and then the male one died, I guess, in the comics, and then the female one kind of came around. And the fact that I just went straight for the female one, I think, is what made people mad the most.
Yeah.
Not so much that it was female, just that they went straight for the female and completely forgot about the male one.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's a valid point. I mean, I guess you could argue that the Norman, what was his name, Norman Rad.
And from pictures I've seen, the Thing doesn't look very thingy very much. He's just a rock version of the other people, the other guys. That's all.
Kinda, yeah.
He's not bulky. He's not big. He's just, he's just another guy, but he's made of rocks.
Yeah.
I looked at pictures of him and I thought, well, I'm glad I didn't see this. I would have been looking forward to the Thing being the Thing instead of just this thing,
Yeah. And to be honest, I mean, the movie is still very well made. Like, it's easily the best Fantastic Four film. But, yeah, like, the Thing barely does anything in the movie.
Yeah, he just licks his rock fingers when he's making cake.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Pretty much. Yeah.
He only clobbers cakes when he gets mad.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he says it's cake time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may be the best Fantastic Four film, but it doesn't sound very Fantastic Four-y.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's on Disney. You don't have Disney Plus.
No.
I don't know. I mean, it's worth a watch one day. I mean.
Maybe.
But I guess you could argue that, like, the reason why the Silver Surfer is not the Norman Rad version in this new film is because that version is already canon because of the multiverse.
Yeah, well, they could have. I mean, we see we see 3 different Peter Parkers. So, what's to stop them from throwing in a different Norman Rad?
Yeah, no, yeah, good point.
And it's kind of weird how Peter Parker's the only one who has different looks to him, whereas Doctor Strange is all the same.
I know. They're like, well, they could have gotten that Doctor Strange guy from the 70s, but that probably would have, he's probably dead.
Actually, everybody's the same. There's Christine, there's Mordo. I'm sure Wong,
good point.
He was around in any of the multiverse.
He's too busy chasing kids in that Weapons movie.
No, he's too busy running away from a clown naked.
Oh, right. Which I don't want to see.
Yeah, so.
I'll tell you what.
But yeah, it's, I think Jurassic World Rebirth is still okay. I mean, watching it a second and then third time after I got it kind of made it better.
Okay. See, I've only seen it the one time.
Yeah, the first time is always, the time when it is usually the time when you're not quite sure of a movie like that after you see it. And then once you see it again, you are a little more... I mean, the one guy is still a douche in the beginning, but...
Yeah.
After watching it a second and third time, you actually see that he actually becomes more of a caring guy than what he's portrayed as.
Right. It's always interesting when you can see a movie, again and have like a different interpretation.
Yeah. So, and I got Mission Impossible for my birthday too, so.
That's good. That's cool. The Final Reckoning, right? That's what it's called?
Yeah. And,
yeah, I ordered that on Amazon.
Yeah. Well, hope
I actually just got. That's good. Yeah. No, you guys probably already maybe have seen these videos already. I don't know when this one's coming up, but I got a ballerina and.
No, I haven't seen that one. I don't watch John Wick. Shadow is the closest to John Wick I'll get.
Okay. You should. They're good. I got ballerina and then freaking what was the other one? Oh yeah, Fantastic Four. So.
Oh yeah.
But Mission Impossible's in the mail.
Yeah. Have you ordered GXK yet?
I have not. No, I forgot about that. I'll have to get that for my birthday, actually.
Yeah. Because, it's only about a year and 5 months or so now until Supernova.
Yeah. So, do we have any details on that? Like, what's that even about?
Not really yet. I mean, apparently they're now filming in Thailand. That was the last news update. So, we probably won't get much news until, I don't know, April.
Right.
At the earliest, but,
Yeah, especially if they're still filming.
Yeah. But, this coming year, I'm not really going to be seeing anything, really. I mean, it's like I'm seeing Avatar in December, and then I'll be getting it, like, probably in July or August, knowing how long it'll take to get it. But, because that, I think it was like 6 or 7 months after the second one that finally it came out on Blu-ray. So.
What about Frontiers of Pandora, the game? Do you want to get that one day?
Well, maybe one day, if I get a Series X. But again, the only games that would get me to get a Series X is Lego Sonic or Lego Pirates.
See, I thought you would get it for Avatar because you love Avatar so much.
Well, not so much, but when I start watching it, then yeah, I kind of obsess over it. But
yeah, it's a cool game. I mean, apparently
I've been kind of curious about it because it's a first person and it'd be kind of interesting using the UNSC. I'm thinking Halo. The RDA human weapons in first person, because you see those things in the movies and you always wonder what it'd be like to actually use in a game in first person.
Right.
And, they look actually pretty cool the way they're designed.
Turns out it's just Far Cry 7 with a blue skin on, but hey, it's still good.
Yeah, that's fine.
And they're adding a third person mode in December.
Yeah, and some DLC connected to Fire and Dash, and I guess moving on to that will be our last topic here.
It's the perfect transition.
Yeah. So, did you see the newest trailer?
I did, yes.
Okay.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
Okay. Is that why you didn't do a reaction?
Well, that and I didn't have time today. But I think my only issue with the trailer is that there's a few like audio things where the audio they have like the sweeping epic music, and then you have like a hold on, no wait, stop. It's just I don't know, the audio tracking seems kind of wonky in that trailer, but there's a lot of good shots.
Yeah.
Like it looks pretty intense.
Yeah. Well, Way of Water initially wasn't gonna be a separate thing. I guess it and Fire and Dash are both going to be one movie, but I guess there was just too much that they had to split it. So,
do we have a runtime for Fire and Dash?
About the same as Water.
So what's that, like 3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours and 15 minutes or something. I don't know.
Jesus.
For sure. But yeah, it's, this one certainly has lots of intrigue to it. And
yeah.
I don't think, James Cameron said that 4 and 5 won't happen unless this one makes money. And I don't think that'll be a problem, despite all the haters out there that I think really just like to post a comment for themselves to read afterwards.
Yeah.
They say it's
I mean,
the same thing. It's the
I'm
same
not gonna...
thing over and over, even though it's not.
I'm not gonna pretend that Avatar is my favorite thing in the world, but it's
come
good.
On. Just pretend it, would you?
Okay, fine. It's the best thing ever, and I think because it's the best thing ever, really weirds me out that people are like, "Oh, this sucks." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. But yeah,
all the hate you get.
But yeah, people are calling it gonna be the same because it's just Pandorans versus humans again, but it's actually Pandorans versus other Pandorans this time.
Yeah, I do think we have to move past what's his face, not Spider, the other effing guy, the Quaritch or Borich or whatever.
Well, I guess if 4 and 5 do happen, he's gonna still be around for them. But maybe, like, we can't deny that Cameron knows what he's doing with these things, as opposed to Disney's CEO.
Right.
He knows what after the first Avatar, he actually wrote the scripts for all 4 of them. Well, yeah, it was actually 3 at the time, but it turned into 4 when they had to split the 2 and 3 up. But he had written scripts for all of them, so really all they have to do is film it now.
Yeah.
He spent
which is really interesting.
All that time writing the script, getting the scripts done for all 4 of them before they started on Way of Water in, what was it, 2016 to 17?
Yeah. Well, apparently Avatar 4 is already, filmed. They're done with it.
Well, they're not done, but they filmed parts of it because there's going to be a time jump, I guess, in it. And so they got parts of it filmed that were still kind of around the same time as Fire and Ash and Way of Water, so that the actors wouldn't age.
Oh, okay, that's kind of smart.
They're gonna do a time jump in the 4th one by about 6 years or whatever, and then you're gonna, that one woman from Shang-Chi, the ant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the actress is going to be showing up in 4 and 5. She's a human, not a Na'vi, those ones. She's going to be
That'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, she's going to be a new character, and, I'm just, I'm curious to see how this is going to work, because, I like seeing how I honestly would like to see Neytiri lose her, I guess, resentment against all humans, because she treats Spider kind of the same as every other human, not, and she absolutely despises the RDA, but even the friendly humans she's not very respectful of.
Yeah, racist. I think she'll have a character arc in this new one, and at least,
Well, that's what's been said, is that because the 1st and 2nd were sort of Jake, this one's gonna be Neytiri.
Okay, that makes sense. I can see that.
Jake will basically take over Neytiri's role from the 2nd one, I guess,
right,
or something. But I'm sure that doesn't mean we're gonna get, only 2 minutes of Jake, because that would be
if it's a 3-hour movie,
yeah,
I could see maybe 4.
Yeah, 4 times 12, that'll do.
Yeah. No, I am looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to it. I think that
absolutely.
We'll have to see if Animal Kingdom in Florida does anything for it, because I know the new Tron movie, they switched out the lighting, so instead of being blue, it's red.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
I am excited. I'm excited for Tron Ares. I need to see it still.
Yeah, well, and make your own opinion, or Or are you gonna bite the bullet and just go with everybody else this time?
I don't know. I gotta find time to watch it first. I mean, Jared Leto.
Yeah. Well, that should be an instant turnoff for you then, eh?
Yeah. Which is a shame, because apparently the people that saw it say, like, it's actually a good film, but, like, no one's seeing it.
I know. They're just
But,
seeing the negativity on the internet about it. That's all they're seeing of it.
yeah. Well, I mean, Tron Legacy also blew in theaters. Like, no one saw that, and we got, we have Ares, so we'll probably get Tron 4 in about 10 years.
Yeah, maybe. And you can finally do some voice work.
Yeah.
Do just a character in a mask, that way you don't have to have an on-screen presence.
There you go. Yeah, that's cool.
And they just need to find somebody that's really good at being quiet so that your voice can be that character's voice.
Yeah, right.
But
I'll be like, guys, I gotta grade papers. Can I just do a voice?
Yeah. But yeah, this one definitely looks like it's gonna be a really big war movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of like sweeping epic shots. It's almost like Lord of the Rings,
Yeah, and I mean it kind of makes sense if Water and this one were both one movie at one time before it had to be split in half. That Water is kind of the beginning part, and then Fire and Ash are kind of like when you get all the big epic moments.
Yeah.
It's kind of how it is in any movie. You get the epic parts towards the end, and this kind of seems like it's going like that. Like, obviously, it's not going to be just wall-to-wall, video game level action. But
Although I'd still take that.
Well, that's what everybody wants, really, in MonsterVerse and in Sonic and in even Star Wars, probably. Just want action. They don't want story. But
yeah,
I mean, I admit I like the action a lot in Star Wars, especially Episode 3, because I find it has the most action of all the Star Wars. But it's like literally it starts off with a space battle, and then every few minutes you go to another battle, and then finally it climaxes with Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting each other, which I find still to be a pretty good battle because
I mean there's a lot of battles.
Oh, and not to mention the Yoda and Palpatine fight,
and Obi-Wan and Grievous.
Yeah, well, that's not much of a fight, though. Well, unless you're talking about the fist fight.
Yeah, that and the speeder chase, yeah.
Because, like, you gotta... I find Grievous definitely is underwhelming in Episode 3 for sure, because you see him in the Clone Wars, and it's all of a sudden like Obi-Wan cut his hands off in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Thank God we got that show, man. Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank the maker.
And the way that Grievous says, I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku, it's like, you're only telling Obi-Wan this now?
Yeah. Moron, what are you, stupid?
It's like, is that supposed to give you an advantage, or is it giving him an advantage like, oh, now I know what his weakness is. He was trained by Count Dooku, so I'll just cut his hands off like Anakin did Dooku's.
Right.
Except he's got 4 arms, so I gotta, do them one at a time, I guess.
Yeah, I find it really weird. Where like sometimes on YouTube I'll see like these polls where they're like, who wins in a fight, and it's like Grievous versus Kylo Ren, and like everyone picks Grievous, and I'm like, that's objectively wrong. Like Grievous doesn't have the Force.
Maybe they're just thinking Grievous from the Clone Wars.
Maybe, but even still, like Grievous doesn't have the Force, so like all Kylo has to do is just force push him into a wall, and he breaks like a bunch of clankers, like.
Well, why didn't any of the Jedi use the Force on Grievous when they fought him?
Yeah.
You know, they just kind of they try to beat him in a lightsaber battle. That's all. And you know, Darth Vader should be winning every battle too against Luke, because he's got more Force experience, especially in Empire. So why isn't he just Force choking him instead of, you know?
You got to ask George Lucas.
Like, the only one who really just uses the Force is Palpatine.
Yeah.
So, because you said he doesn't like using lightsabers, he'll use them as a last resort, but...
Yeah, because I didn't realize it or I forgot, but, like, the Sith, they don't even have lightsabers. Like, every single Sith that we've ever seen, they kill a Jedi and then they take the saber and they make they bleed the crystal, which is funny because I'm like, oh yeah, like that makes sense because like in the prequels and the originals, they mentioned that it's a Jedi saber, it's a Jedi weapon, and I'm like, that's weird because like Vader uses it, so he's not a Jedi, and then I'm like, oh, that's
well, maybe Vader is the exception because his lightsaber always looks like Anakin's lightsaber from Episode 2.
Right.
And so maybe he rebuilds his lightsaber every time a movie is done, and
I think he did. Yeah, there's a comic where he does
and
that.
then rebleeds the crystal or something. I don't know.
There's a comic where he does that. Like he rebuilds his saber and he bleeds. Yeah.
So maybe there's some bit of Anakin left in Vader.
About it.
He's not just gonna.
Maybe they'll make a movie about it.
Because we certainly don't see him using Obi-Wan's saber in Empire, and have it just bleeded red.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's odd how they do some lore in Star Wars. You have to admit.
Yeah, it's convoluted.
But
that's why I say like 95% of my brain is Star Wars knowledge, and then the other 5% is everything else.
Yeah. But yeah,
it's useless, but not to me.
Well, I guess that depends. I mean, some of it is useful if you're just wanting to know more, even if you don't care about it.
Yeah, or trivia night.
It's like you don't have to learn math to, wash dishes in a restaurant. But
that's a good point.
You still want to know more, even if there's no point to it right now. You still want to know more math.
No, trust me, I don't want to know any more math. I'm doing that enough. At Hogwarts, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. And how many kids are in your class on average? You lost
24 count? And then, yeah, kind of 24 and then 26 if they're all there.
Okay.
So.
And how many of them pull the Jedi mind trick and duplicate themselves?
Literally all of them.
Okay.
It's madness.
Okay.
Thank God I'm filming this on a Saturday.
Well, I kind of figured you wouldn't want to on a Friday anyway, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think, we should probably just wrap up here. But yeah, definitely I'm going to see Fire and Ash for sure. And
what, so last thing on that, what is the official release date? Do we have it December what?
19th.
19th, okay.
Yeah. And because I am volunteering at my church's food pantry now on Mondays, I am going to be taking my parents to see it on the 20th.
Oh, nice. That'll be cool.
Because the Saturday is kind of the only time that nobody is really needing to do anything. So.
Well, that's good. I mean, hey, at least have they seen the other two?
Yeah, my mom actually wanted to see the first one a long time ago because, she did remember seeing it, but she wanted to see it again after a long time. And so my brother finally lent it lent it to us for her to watch it, and then I decided it was time maybe we just got it. So I got I got an extended collector's edition, and then I got a 4K Blu-ray 4K Blu-ray collector's edition that has just one extra line in it that was not even in the original collector's edition extended, and it's when Selfridge approaches Jake before he leaves the planet, and he just says, "This isn't over."
I think that was worth the extra $20. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, if I can get more scenes in a movie, I'll do it. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only downside is I had to actually order it twice because the first time was defective.
Man, you have a lot of issue with Blu-ray sometimes, I swear.
Yeah. And sometimes I don't think it's the Blu-ray. I think it's my player or it's my TV, because it seems every Blu-ray I purchase nowadays, like, first it was Knuckles, and then it was Sonic 3, then it was Jurassic World Rebirth, and now it's Mission Impossible in some areas. It just has these moments.
That's weird.
Like, they don't
I mean, I had that with...
They don't freeze or anything. Like, they don't, defectively freeze, but it's just, certain spots it just decides to freeze frame, even when you still hear the talking and stuff. Like, you'll see the person's face freeze or whatever, but you still hear them talking. And it's only for a millisecond, but...
Yeah, no. I mean, I had that with the Knuckles show, and Sonic 3.
Yeah. You have it when Eggman is getting up out of his chair and he's saying, this Pablo reveals his one, and then it kind of freezes.
I think that's it, yeah.
And there's also one moment when they're on the floor. He's on the floor with Gerald, and he's talking to Tom, and he's like, "That's my grandfather, you dough-eating imbecile." And it kind of freezes in that spot for me, too. Like, even the audio sort of glitches a little bit, like it cuts out. Like, it doesn't get interrupted and skip, but it's like as if I paused it just for a millisecond and then played it again, kind of thing. It does.
That is really weird.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, and then with Mission Impossible, actually there's the scene in the sub when it shows briefly the flashback of the submarine's crew trying to get out of the sub before getting drowned, and it had a couple of spots during that little 30-second moment that it was actually cutting in and out and slightly freeze framing, but it was only for 20 milliseconds that it happened. So, but I'm just used to it at this point, I guess. Like, obviously I don't know where it's going to happen the first time I get the movie, but once I know where the spots usually are approximately, then I'm just used to it at this point.
Right.
Like, I can watch Sonic 3 and Knuckles that way now, because I just know exactly when it's going to do it. So.
I mean, as long as hey, maybe one day you'll get a new Blu-ray player and that won't happen. You never know.
Yeah. But again, I don't know if it's the player or if it's maybe the TV, because out here in the living room I can watch Sonic 3 and most of the stuff doesn't happen. But it's a different player and a bigger TV, so I don't know what the real issue is with mine. Because I don't know if maybe it's my TV that can't process the frames as fast, or if my player, I don't know why it would be the player, because it's really just running the thing, and if you can still hear audio even when the faces are frozen for a millisecond. It's but. Anyway.
Seems like we have a mystery on our hands.
Yeah. And I no doubt we'll have that problem when Avatar comes out on Blu-ray, but whatever.
Right. Yeah, something to look forward to, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our podcast, and I guess we didn't have as many black eyes as I thought we would, but...
No, just one or two. We made it.
Yeah. We made it. I really thought we were going to get into a brawl over the Star Wars thing because you like Disney so much that you side with them even when they're turning Star Wars projects away. No.
Yeah. I think they're stupid, but yeah. Whatever.
I mean, you've been saying it for a long time. You just would really like sequel content, and then, like, even I can admit it's really boring when they're stuck in the same era for show and movie after show and movie. Like, it seems the Empire era is the most common thing they like to be in all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the Clone Wars really did was only like for 2 or 3 years long, and the Empire thing was like the end of episode 3 till sometime after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Which was a lot longer than the Clone Wars ever was. But, they need to focus on the sequels era at some point too. And I mean, I don't know if they'd have the stormtroopers still because it seems like they all got obliterated, but they could still have characters, like, again, somehow having Ben return in some way, even if it's not physically, but it's like, again, in that world between worlds, and it's kind of like just, this, maybe it looks like a planet or something that he's on, but it's actually just what the world between worlds looks like, or something.
Or something.
But yeah, and then just hearing you say, I kind of understand where Disney's coming from.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so any closing remarks before I stop recording here?
I think, I mean, if you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, and let us know. Obviously, if you made it this far, I don't know, comment the word bacon, I guess. But other than that, or whatever. But let us know. I mean, if you want us to talk about any other franchises or games or whatever.
Yeah.
For sure. But I do want to have another podcast with Echo and maybe Quick Brick Games, and then obviously, doing more with these with you is always fun. So there's a lot more podcast content for sure if you guys are still into that stuff. So let us know.
Yeah, it would be helpful, and if not, I might come up with a topic just to send in your comments. Or
that's fine.
Not me. Recon Trooper. Yeah, not me.
Recon
Trooper.
Yeah, that weird guy. Yeah.
Remember, I'm not the same Recon Trooper. This is podcast Recon Trooper. Comment Recon Trooper is a different person.
Yeah. It's a whole cloning thing. You wouldn't get it.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it because it's cloners, dead good ones too.
Yeah.
But, all right. So
what do you know?
Until next time, this is Recon Trooper signing off now. Later, folks.
All right, peace.